YouTube, here's a short video on this fantastic Jim Deacon guitar. I sounded like I was being sarcastic. I'm not. I'm surprised a little bit. This is an amazing Stratocaster. I know I've got real Stratocasters. Nothing not real about this. This is not going well. Anyway, yes. So this is a high spec Jim Deacon. You can kind of tell them. I remember my pal Buster had a bass that he kept showing me. Oh, look legit this, and it was this. See, you get it. It's got like sort of the orangey tint to it, very glossy, and it's got like a hand signature logo on the front. Very nice neck. This thing is in almost mint condition. There's a few. I mean, there's not any dents, but if you hold it up to the light, you can sort of see some scuffs because it must be 30 years old, something like that. I did a longer video earlier on where I was getting a wee bit hand stabby, so I've sorted that. I've also added a new switch, another new switch. I've never seen this one done before. So you've all heard of the Gilmore switch. That's the one that basically adds in the neck pickup here. So if you choose the bridge pickup, you get the outside two Telecaster sound. That's not what I did. I did something similar though. See on a switch, to have one lying about, you've got two sides to a switch, right? And to do the Gilmore switch, you only use one side. I don't like only using one side of the switch when there's two sides that could do something else. So what this one does is, when you're in the neck position, and then pull out the volume. I didn't want to drill holes in it either, so if you didn't know this switch was here, the guitar is fully stock. So you get neck pickup, position 4, middle pickup, position 2, then the bridge pickup on its own. And as you know, on a Strat, like as it is just now, wired, normally this tone is for the neck pickup and this tone is for the middle pickup. Yes, right. When you pull out this switch on the middle tone, it also works on the bridge pickup. Yeah. So when it's off, doesn't do anything. When you pull it up, you can tame that bridge pickup, which is sometimes very spiky. Right? That's just nothing normal. But as I said, I was using both sides of the switches. So if you're in the neck position and you pull it up, it adds in the bridge. So we're currently running on the outside two pickups, which is a really nice Telecaster. It's not quite the same as position 4 or position 2. It's position 6. And if you go into position 4, it's all 3 pickups on. So 7 sounds on this guitar instead of 5. Yeah, so sorry, normal position 4. And then you pull on that when you get all 3. The 3 pickups on itself is not as useful itself as the neck pickup on its own. Yeah, so a really solid wood. The wiring's untouched inside. It's all, well, until I went in and messed about with it and put in this extra push-pull pot. So you can just ignore that and you've got a standard Strat. But more than that, you've got a good Strat. It's not like a Strat-shaped object. This is a Strat and it sounds like a Strat. Again, which I've said this before, part of the awesomeness of this might come from the fact it's 30 years old, so the wood, obviously wood dries out over time. It takes a long time to dry out. If you're buying a £3,000 or £5,000 guitar, They keep that wood for 10 years to make sure it's pure proper dried out. This is 30 years old or thereabouts, so it's super proper dry and crystalline. When you batter it, you can feel the whole guitar vibrating and stuff. It's really it's really something else. Yeah, so I'm going to put this up for sale with this extra mod, which you can just ignore if you don't want it, but it's another two sounds, which if you're playing, especially if you're in a band with two Stratocasters, you get sounds the other guy doesn't have. But frets are all, the thing's in mint condition. Got Clussen style tuners on it. It would pass for brand new. And the difference, I just want to stress the difference between this, what I'm going to sell it for, compared to, I'll just buy a new Harley Benton. It's way better than any Harley Benton's ever going to be. Plus, it's been properly set up. But even the actual components are just better. I'm sorry, I've been on a bit of a Harley Benton bashing. I've had a few of them. They're just. This is a much better. Those acoustics are not staying on that wall. Although that one has actually moved. I don't like that. I'm getting all sorts of echoes coming off them. But yes, so a fantastic Strat. There is actually another video which I'll put a link to. It's the one that's going out tonight anyway. Up there of when me and Scott went and got this. This was we had plans for this guitar. It was going to be like a fancy bucky caster with getting painted up and stuff like that. And as soon as you see it, you can't paint that. Look at it, it's gorgeous. It looks more blue there. It's more of a sort of turquoise in actual life to do with the light today. But it's awfully nice, and I don't want to be chopping up. And I even went to the point of putting a push-pull pot in, and push-pull pots cost £5. A wee toggle switch costs about £1, which I could easily have done, but I don't want to ruin it. You know, this way it just goes back to standard when you're not using it. I suppose I'll play a bit. How'd you do with the rock? Go for the new sound. You want a tone control on the bridge? Pick up. No tone. Yeah, so if you're going to look at Squire level guitar, it very, very much be a Squire top of the range classic vibe, rather than being the Affinity or the Bullet or anything like that. You know, look at the £300, £400 Squires, and you're kind of getting towards this. Although, have they been set up? It's possible. It's possible they've had the work done to them. This one has, by even though the frets polished by someone who's much more. I don't want to use a nasty word. Discerning than I am. There. I almost said picky. That's not really nice, is it? No, but I mean, the thing is, you're selling this for don't buy it for a kid as their first guitar, though, right? Unless they're a sensible, unless you install into them. Look after this. This has lasted 30 years. It's still in mint condition. It'd be an amazing guitar as your first guitar. You would never need another guitar, really. Well, until you wanted a Gibson, you know, for the heavy metal as well. But you'd still keep this as your Strat. But please don't buy this and put stickers all over it and then, you know, try and scratch it to make it look old. It's like, I'm not selling it to you. If you're going to do that, you have to lie to me and tell me it's definitely not. But it's a stunning Strat. I would gig it absolutely no problem at all. Really, really nice pickups in it as well. 10 minutes and it's only meant to be a 2-minute video. Rocking. Catch you later.